Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today, this isn't a review but rather a personal opinion on the Evolve Diablo Carbon that Evolve Europe lent me for a few weeks. I invite you to join me as we explore the main strengths and weaknesses of this board, which has been sold by Evolve for a little over 2 years now. Is it worth its price or is it completely outdated compared to the competition? Find out with me in this video. I've been riding this board for several weeks now, and I find that the Diablo Carbon is really excellent in several aspects. First of all, the deck. The shape is outstanding. Double drop down at the ends, a slight W-shaped concave so your feet are perfectly locked in, which is really appreciated when riding aggressively like I do. I also like the grip, which is coarse-grained and helps keep your feet in place in all situations. Regarding the deck, I obviously appreciate the integrated lights above and below the deck, as well as the fact that the deck is very thin. This provides more ground clearance and helps prevent scratching the underside of the board. Finally, the dimensions of the deck are just right for me. Not too long, not too short, and wide enough to allow good support for deep carving or slides. Regarding the trucks, the Supercarve 2 trucks do their job very well, making the board both stable and agile on AT or street wheels. With a total power of 7,000 watts, the power is slightly lower than some competitors, whose premium boards have been updated more recently than Evolve's. However, the power and torque of this board are very impressive, more than enough to have fun on both off-road terrain and asphalt. I've managed to do donuts both on rough terrain and on street, and I was even surprised by the torque, which makes it very easy and, above all, very smooth. Lastly, I really appreciated the battery life, which is quite good. Around 50 kilometers, about 31 miles on all-terrain wheels, and 80 kilometers, about 50 miles, on street wheels. No need to recharge before every ride. In my opinion, there are no major issues with this Evolve Diablo Carbon, but there are a few areas for improvement. First, the charging port is really poorly placed in my view. It's not very accessible, and it's quite tricky to connect the charger cable in the right direction easily. Regarding charging, a fast charger would be appreciated to reduce charging time. It takes several hours to fully charge the board. It's not a big problem, but it's good to plan ahead if you want to ride with a fully charged board. As for grip tape, as I mentioned earlier, I like the grip, but I should note that the corners sometimes tend to peel off. I had to re-glue some sections of grip in certain spots, but after that, there were no further issues. I really enjoyed riding this Diablo Carbon. It has a lot of potential for street and off-road riding. I believe it can suit both beginner and experienced riders thanks to its different power modes. Personally, I had a lot of fun and was surprised by the power and torque it delivers. Is it worth the price offered by Evolve? If you're looking for a beautiful, high-performance board with reliable support available in multiple regions worldwide, then yes. If you live in Europe, support is provided, for example, in France by a very competent and friendly team. In my opinion, that's a major selling point. You can also wait for promotional periods to save some money and treat yourself to this beauty. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment, like, and share. Subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos and the many shorts I regularly upload. Before we finish, enjoy the power of the Diablo.